All right, so we're back and ready to dive into some seriously cool stuff in AI.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing, actually.
I mean, just the sheer speed of advancement in the field. I mean, it feels like every week there's like some crazy new breakthrough.
It does feel like that, doesn't it?
So today we are going to take a look at 4 new AI models that are really kind of pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible.
Yeah, and they're each tackling like totally different aspects of AI development.
Yeah.
It's really something.
Now I've got Mamba, Mercury, GPT-4.5, and Octave.
All right, so Mamba.
Yes.
This one really kind of grabbed my attention.
And to guide our deep dive, we've got an awesome Medium article and a really insightful YouTube video from AI Revolution.
Yeah, great resources. So Mamba, this model really stood out to me because of how it handles information. It uses something called selective state space models, or SSMs.
Right. Now, I gotta admit, when I first saw that, I was like, okay, what in the world are SSMs, and why should I care?
Well, imagine, think about those times when you've tried to get a chatbot to like summarize a really long article or follow a complex set of instructions.
Oh, yeah.
How often does it seem to kind of lose the thread or just miss crucial detail?
Happens all the time.
Yeah, and that's because a lot of current AI models, especially the ones that are based on that transformer architecture, they struggle with processing those long sequences of information.
Yeah, like they have a limited attention span or something.
Yeah, exactly. But Mamba's SSMs, they kind of sidestep that whole problem. They use this blend of continuous time, recurrent, and convolutional models.
Okay, so it's like they have a much better way of keeping track of all the important stuff.
Exactly.
Even in like a really long document.
Yeah, yeah. And instead of just like scanning it and picking out keywords, it actually can understand the context, the relationship between different pieces of information.
Okay, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. But like any new technology, Mamba's got its limitations. It's amazing at processing long sequences, but it still needs some work in areas like in-context learning.
Okay, so it can't really learn new things on the fly.
Not as well as some other models, but it's early days.
Right, yeah. Makes sense. Now, the article talked about some hybrid models, ones that combine Mamba with existing architectures.
Uh-huh.
And the YouTube video, they highlighted a new model called Juan Turbo S.
Oh, yeah, from Tencent.
Yeah, and it's already using this kind of hybrid approach. What's so special about that one?
Juan Turbo S is really interesting because it takes that efficient processing power of Mamba and it combines it with the strengths of the traditional transformer model.
Oh, okay.
So it can achieve really incredible speed and performance. But what's really got everyone buzzing is that it's actually affordable. Like even enterprise users can get their hands on it.
So businesses could use this cutting edge technology without having to spend a fortune.
Exactly.
That's a game changer.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay. So we've got Mamba, the efficiency expert.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Mercury. And this one's all about speed.
Just speed, yeah. What really caught my eye about Mercury was its use of diffusion.
Wait, diffusion, isn't that more of a image and video thing?
You're thinking of like Midjourney or DALL-E.
Yeah.
And you're right, but Mercury's found a way to adapt that technique for text generation. So instead of creating text sequentially, like word by word, it generates the whole thing at once.
Whoa.
It starts with a rough draft, and then it refines it all in parallel.
Okay, so it's like painting a picture.
Kind of. You start with those broad strokes, and then you add in the fine details.
All at once.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the speed, unbelievable. It can generate text at over 1,000 tokens per second.
Wow. I mean, that's got to open up some incredible possibilities.
Oh, yeah. Think ultra-responsive chatbots.
Okay.
Tools that can generate complex code instantly.
Real-time applications. This is where it gets really interesting.
Yeah, real-time. And, even like Andrej Karpathy, he's, a leading figure in AI. He's really excited about this.
That's got to mean something.
It does.
Yeah.
And the best part is Inception Labs, the company behind Mercury, they're marketing it as a drop-in replacement.
So companies can integrate this without having to, completely redo their system.
Exactly. Just slips right in.
Okay, so we've got Mamba for efficiency. We've got Mercury, the speed demon. Now let's talk about something I think a lot of our listeners are probably familiar with.
GPT.
GPT.
But not just any GPT. This is 4.5.
The latest and greatest.
The upgrade is a big one.
What have they done?
Well, they've really focused on tackling some of the limitations of the previous versions. Like the hallucinations, the making stuff up.
When it goes off on a tangent and starts spouting completely made-up facts.
Yeah. They've designed GPT 4.5 to be much more grounded, much more aligned with human feedback.
So you're saying it's more reliable.
Much more. You can actually trust the information it gives you. And there's more. GPT 4.5 is going multimodal and multilingual.
So it's not just text anymore.
Nope, it can work with images and files, and it can operate in multiple languages.
Wow. So it's not just a better writer, it's like a more versatile tool overall.
Exactly. Much broader in scope.
Okay, so OpenAI really went all out with this upgrade. They've packed it with new features.
They have. They've really pushed the boundaries here. Some really advanced training techniques.
Like what?
Well, reinforcement learning from human feedback. They're using really carefully curated data sets and human guidance to train the model.
Okay.
They've also made it much more efficient. It can handle these complex tasks without needing tons of computing power. And they're really pushing the limits of how AI can interact with APIs.
So we've got efficiency with Mamba, speed with Mercury, and now GPT 4.5 for reliability and expanded capabilities. What's next?
Well, let's talk about something that's often missing in AI feeling.
Yeah.
And that's where Octave comes in.
Octave. This sounds intriguing.
Yeah, it is. It's all about emotional intelligence.
Okay. So how does AI even begin to understand, let alone express emotion?
Well, Octave tackles one of the biggest problems with traditional text-to-speech systems, that robotic, monotonous sound. It's designed to interpret the emotional context of the text it's processing.
Oh, so it can add like nuance and feeling to the way it delivers information.
Exactly.
I remember the article gave this great example. It said Octave could take a simple phrase like, "Are you serious?" and make it sound genuinely exasperated.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It can bring that emotional depth to AI-generated speech that we've never heard before.
Okay, I can see how this could revolutionize a ton of stuff. Virtual assistants, audiobooks, educational software.
Oh yeah, even entertainment. Imagine a virtual assistant that can not only schedule your appointments, but it actually understands how you're feeling and responds accordingly.
Yeah, or audiobooks that can really convey the emotional range of a story.
Exactly. It just makes the whole experience so much more engaging.
So it's like AI is evolving beyond just processing information and completing tasks. It's becoming more like a companion, something that can actually understand and respond to us on an emotional level.
And that raises some really interesting questions about how we design and interact with these increasingly sophisticated systems.
Definitely. Okay, so we've got Mamba for efficiency, Mercury for speed, GPT 4.5 for reliability and all those expanded capabilities, and now Octave for emotional intelligence. What's next on our AI adventure?
It's kind of like we're seeing this shift, from incremental improvements to like a whole new era of what AI can do.
Yeah, it does feel like we've moved way beyond, AI that can beat us at chess.
Right.
We're talking about AI that can help us write symphonies and design buildings and even diagnose diseases.
Exactly. And the pace of innovation, it just keeps accelerating.
Yeah, and what's really exciting is how these advancements are starting to blend together.
Right? Like we were just talking about Mamba pushing the limits of information processing, and then you've got Mercury with that blazing fast text generation. What happens when we start combining those things?
That's what I'm so curious about. Like, we already have Juan Turbo S,
Right.
which blends Mamba's efficiency with that traditional transformer model.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine the possibilities when we start integrating other innovations like diffusion into these hybrid architectures.
I mean, the potential is it's mind-boggling.
It really is. We could be looking at AI systems that are not only insanely fast and efficient, but also like incredibly creative and adaptable.
Right?
Think about the implications for fields like personalized medicine,
Okay.
where AI could analyze huge amounts of data to develop totally customized treatment plans, or scientific discovery, helping us unlock the secrets of the universe.
Right.
Even creative fields like art and music. AI could become this powerful tool for collaboration and expression.
It's like, are we on the verge of like an AI-powered renaissance or something?
It feels that way, doesn't it?
But with all this amazing potential, I mean, it's important to remember that AI is a tool.
It is a tool.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
Absolutely. As AI becomes more powerful and it's everywhere, we've got to be really thoughtful about how we develop it and deploy it. We need to make sure that these systems are aligned with our values, human values, and that they're used in a way that actually benefits society as a whole.
That idea of aligning AI with human values really stuck with me.
Yeah.
It's like we're not just building machines, we're shaping minds.
That's a great way to put it. And it really highlights how important techniques like, reinforcement learning from human feedback are. By carefully curating the data and providing really consistent guidance, we can actually help these AI systems learn from the best parts of humanity, our empathy, our compassion, our sense of fairness.
So it's not just about teaching AI what to do, it's about teaching it how to be.
Exactly. We need to instill in these systems a sense of responsibility and a commitment to ethical behavior. We want AI that augments our lives, enhances our lives, not AI that replicates or amplifies our flaws.
I mean, that's a tall order,
It is.
but it feels like a challenge that we absolutely have to embrace. What are some practical steps, that we can take to make sure AI is developed and used responsibly?
Well, transparency and accountability are key.
Okay.
Companies and researchers working on AI, they need to be open about the data they're using to train these systems
Yeah.
and the algorithms that are driving their decisions.
Right. Because if we understand how they work, then we can start to identify potential biases and address any ethical concerns.
Exactly. We also need to establish clear ethical guidelines for AI development and use,
Hmm.
addressing issues like data privacy, algorithmic bias, the impact of AI on employment.
And it's not just up to the experts, right? I mean, we need a diverse range of voices in this conversation.
Absolutely. We need input from ethicists, from social scientists, policymakers, everyday people from all walks of life.
Because AI is going to impact everyone.
Everyone, exactly. So everyone should have a say in shaping its future. We need to move beyond those Silicon Valley echo chambers and really engage in a broad societal conversation about the role we want AI to play in our lives.
I mean, at the end of the day, we need to ensure that AI is developed and used in a way that benefits all of humanity.
Absolutely, not just a select few.
Yeah.
AI has this incredible potential to solve some of the world's most pressing problems, but only if we approach it with wisdom and foresight and a real commitment to ethical principles.
So, we've explored these amazing advancements in AI. We've talked about the incredible potential they hold.
We have.
But it's clear that we need to proceed with caution, with a deep understanding of the ethical implications.
We can't just focus on the wow factor. We've got to grapple with the how. How do we make sure these powerful new technologies are used for good? How do we prevent unintended consequences? How do we shape the future of AI in a way that aligns with our values and aspirations?
Those are the million-dollar questions. And while we don't have all the answers yet, I am optimistic. I think we can find a path forward that leads to a brighter future for everyone. It's funny. We started by talking about these 4 specific AI models,
Right.
but it feels like we've uncovered something much, much bigger.
Yeah, it's not just about the individual models, is it? It's this whole wave of change that's happening in AI.
Yeah, and how fast it's all happening. I mean, it feels like we've gone way beyond, AI that can play games or translate languages.
Oh, absolutely.
We're now talking about AI that can compose music, design buildings, assist with complex surgeries.
It's really a whole new level.
It is. And it makes you wonder, with AI becoming this advanced, this integrated into our lives, what does it mean for all of us? For our work, for our personal lives. What implications do you see in your life?
That's the question, isn't it? It's the question we all need to be thinking about.
Yeah. Will AI make our jobs easier? Will it create new opportunities? Or will it lead to challenges that we haven't even thought of yet?
It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out, that's for
Right.
sure. One thing's for certain, though, AI is going to keep disrupting industries,
Yeah.
reshaping the way we live and work.
Yeah.
I think the key is to be prepared for those changes, to be active participants in shaping the future of AI in a way that benefits everyone.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of AI advancements, I'm left with this feeling of, I don't know, excitement, but also a healthy dose of, I guess, realism.
Yeah, it's a powerful combination.
It is. It's an incredible time to be alive, to witness these groundbreaking innovations unfolding right before our eyes.
It really is.
Yeah.
But we have to approach it with both enthusiasm and a sense of responsibility.
Yeah.
The choices that we make today, they're going to determine the trajectory of AI for generations to come.
And we want to hear from you. What are your reactions to these advancements in AI? Which one intrigues you the most? Head over to our social media channels and share your thoughts, your questions, your insights.
We're always eager to continue the conversation, to keep exploring this ever-evolving world of AI together.
That's right. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep exploring.